How are we going, everyone? We're out in the orchard, haven't been here for a while, have we? This is my little fruit orchard, one of everything, and a few rows of olive trees. And you can see these ones here. These are the ones I had in pots many, many moons ago. Now they're fruiting and they're almost ripe too. You know, they never flowered for me in the past properly while they had them in pots, and since I stuck them in the ground and put about a kilo of black gritter out, they've gone crazy berserk. So all these advanced ones here have done really well for me. Now, we'll do a segment on how to preserve your olives, and I like doing it with the salt, sort of the rock salt and table salt, and getting them to shrivel up and all things like that. But talking about fruit trees and all things like that, as far as the small ones, I did a little post the other day on pruning your peach and nectarine and controlling leaf curl on it, which is very important because we know the damage you can do to your tree and destroy it as far as being able to produce fruit and even grow. But we've also got other types of fruit trees as well, not just peaches and nectarines which cause the leaf curl. We've got apricots, pears, quinces, apples, plums. Now, they don't get leaf curl like your peach and nectarine, and that was the topic about it the other day. So it's about pruning those trees in particular as soon as you see the first sign of leaf drop, and protecting them so they don't get the disease in the following springtime. Because if it does happen, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to make all this effort and spend all this time trying to grow your trees, and only to be disappointed with the fact that it's not going to be able to produce or hold its fruit. So apricots, like these here, yes, you can prune them now while there's still sap flowing through, and you can see this is quite vibrant. So the sap inside the tree is what's going to protect the actual apricot from going backwards. So if you cut the branch off here, for example, like that wound there will heal because there's sap flowing through, and it'll close off that wound. Whereas if it's completely dormant, that's when it's susceptible to disease and viruses getting into it. So other trees like apples and pears, yeah, you can prune them later in winter, and you've got all the way till bud burst, which is quite safe for that variety. Whereas peach, nectarines and apricots actually need to be pruned while there's still a little bit of sap flow in them, and spray to control. So if you've got your apple trees like I've got here that I've got to prune, you can wait for these ones because they're young trees. You can prune these in mid-winter, mid to late winter. So I want them to become quite reactive and put more growth on because I don't want the fruit on yet. You can see I've got all these little buds here. These are the fruit-bearing spurs that I've got here that are probably going to produce some fruit in springtime, but I'm not so fussed about getting the quantity of fruit, but rather the shape of the tree. So young trees you can prune mid-winter, around winter, mid-winter, late winter, and older trees you can prune a little bit earlier. So when we talk about a summer prune, it's the older trees that we want to do a summer prune on so that we don't get too much growth in springtime. We want more flowering and fruiting, but the younger trees, you can wait all through winter to prune them because it comes to springtime, they'll burst back out and react with lots more growth rather than flowers. But if you want both, get some black grit and potash on them, the natural form of potash, and sit back and enjoy the growth and the flowers at the same time. Folks, now it is our last massive sale that we're holding for all non-VIP members. That's up to 50% off everything online. So if you haven't shopped, you've got to shop now before midnight, otherwise you're going to miss out. Or you can become a VIP member and continue enjoying all the great deals and benefits as a VIP member at Vasili'sGarden.com. That's Vasili'sGarden.com. Get your specials in today. From me, Vasili, Maresi.